what happened today in terms of our evacuation was really disruptive to the learning process. We can't have students come to school excited and willing to learn, and our staff who are well prepared to teach students be disrupted by blatant actions by some folks who are not concerned at all about students, but also only concerned about their own well-being. I hope that all involved, the authorities, take our students into serious consideration when they're making decisions. They can be counterproductive and harmful to students' learning and harmful to the safety of students in their learning environment.
At approximately 9:45 this morning, our schools were forced to evacuate our buildings because of a nearby gas leak. Unfortunately, at the time of the gas leak and the evacuation, our scholars were in the middle of in-person instruction. We also had scholars who were being administered the New York State mandated NYSESLAT exam for our English language learners. We were also, for the first time, administering the AP World History exam to some of our 11th grade scholars. This is an exam that many of them were anxious about and concerned about, and while being administered the exam, they were forced to take a moment of break, a pause, further adding to the anxiety and the concerns that they had. Additionally, although our scholars who were in person were evacuated by their teacher, we were further concerned about the supervision of our scholars who were participating in instruction remotely.
Wait, did anyone try to contact the leader of the building?
What are you talking about, Pastor Brown? Oh, word around town is that Pastor Brown moved to Delaware, and he's clear as evidence that he doesn't care what's going on in the community anymore.
Today, I left my school because there was a gas leak outside, so we had to evacuate today, which disrupted our entire day. We actually had to shut down, stop the testing that was going on in 3 different subjects, as well as the instruction that was taking place in the day. We had to evacuate the school and go down to another location. And of course, our students were nervous once they smelled all the gas in the air. You could even smell the gas as far as 3 blocks. So students were asking me, is the neighborhood going to blow? Of course it did not, which was good. There were no injuries. But of course, we need to make sure that these things are prevented in the future.
The entire schedule for the upper elementary school was disrupted today due to the gas leak that was in the neighborhood. Students were preparing for the New York State test. They had to be evacuated, which caused some fear among students and disruption in the entire building. Students who were preparing for the High Achievers Award ceremony also had to leave the building. The students feared an explosion because they too sensed and smelled the gas in the building. Going forward, we are asking if there is any type of construction or anything that we need to be aware of that the school officials should know. So, because we are concerned that our students' health should be considered.
The gas leak today severely disrupted the flow within the lower elementary school. Our students were caught unaware as they had to immediately evacuate the building due to this disruption in the gas line. The students were scared. They ran out the building without their coats. They were exposed to the wind, the rain, because of the lack of preparation. The students did not know what was happening. We did not get the time to prepare them for what took place. And so many of them, even to this moment, are asking what had occurred today. Our team had to meet with the students and to explain what happened, to simmer the fears and to let them know that the school is a safe place for them to be. As my colleague would have stated previously, when situations, if you're going to be having any kind of construction, we need to be made aware so that we can put plans into place. But I must say, because of our practice, our consistent practice, our students knew what to do, and so we're thankful that this is a place where we're always putting learning into place, and so when we have a situation such as this, it will not cause a whole lot of disruption within the school. Our students too were impacted as they were sitting an exam. The exam had to be postponed, and this severely will impact the way the students will perform on this exam. So the stakeholders were asking, please, this is a community. You need to work with us so that we know what is happening, so that our students cannot be much more disturbed than they are. We're in a time of pandemic, and you cannot put anything more on us and our children. Work with us. Together, we build strong communities.
We're living in a time that is uneasy for everyone, for our families, for our scholars, and for our staff. And what is of utmost importance to us is the safety of every member of the Academy community. Incidences like this pose a danger and a hazard for the safety of every Academy staff member, every Academy scholar, every Academy family, and the entire Hempstead community.